Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, what is going on? What is going on is the end near. Well, for one thing, it is. And I'm going to explain why it's great for Bitcoin. So, let's talk about the current war, obviously, how that's affecting things. There's a lot of shadiness that's happening behind the scenes. And, of course, let's relate it all back to Bitcoin. All right, let's do this. Welcome. So obviously, when we have war, it's not good. And you know what? Israel mobilizes a record 300,000 reserves, right, to help fight their war against the Hamas, which is backed by Iran. It's a very complicated situation. This morning, the U.S. market did not start out well. But then look at this. What the hell happened? The U.S. market actually turned green. Does that make any sense? Any sense at all? No, it does not. Especially considering, obviously, war is never good. But considering oil prices are now going up, which means it's going to affect supply chain. It's going to raise the price of goods for sure, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes with this. That's no good. But how could the stock market go up? Was it a fake out, or is there something else going on? Right? There is something going on, and I'm glad people are pointing this out. You have like Lockheed Martin, who actually, specializes in military industrial things that are used in war. Of course, they started skyrocketing, right? But you know what else is happening? Congress has been buying a lot of these stocks. They already own a lot of defense companies and oil companies and energy companies and everything else that will profit in a war era. Is it a coincidence? Or did they know something was up because all these guys just happened to buy right before everything broke out? It's stuff like this that makes you wonder, right? You hear about all these conspiracy theories about how, the U.S. knows all, or the U.S. started it, or, all these politicians are in on it, and they're all making money behind the scenes. Sometimes you just thinking, there's no way our government could be like that, right? No way that this could be happening. But then you notice stuff like this, right? All these Congress people are now getting filthy rich because of another war. And now the stock market goes up. There's something shady going on, right? There's something going on. What happened to the law about Congress people not being able to buy stocks? What happened with that? They're still talking about it. But it sounds like they need to implement it quickly, ASAP, because there's way too many Congress people that's getting way too rich, which with the inside information that they know. And yes, it is inside information, but the SEC is not going after any of them. So, yeah. Anyways, so I wanted to start out with that. But what is the end I'm talking about? Is it the end of the world? Is it World War III? Is it the end of Bitcoin? No, none of these things. You know what may be ending are U.S. bonds, okay? U.S. bonds are cratering right now, okay? Especially the long-term bonds, like the 20 and 30-year. They are selling off like crazy, Israel also has to sell off. They said they were going to, right? But long-term bondholders are absolutely getting wrecked right now. According to Bank of America, we're in the greatest bear market of all time for bonds. This is kind of scary, right? A lot of people talk about what's the next thing to fall. Is it real estate? Maybe not. Commercial banking? Maybe. U.S. bonds? Right? If bonds fall, this is going to be absolutely disastrous. So there's a lot of stuff happening right now. Short-term bonds are yielding so good. Long-term bonds are basically worthless because no one wants to hold a 20 or 30-year bond when a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year bond yields better. And because everyone's selling off the long-term bonds, and a lot of them are selling them off, the rates are also going up because no one wants them. So it's like, it's a weird situation. But what's happening right now is a lot of banks are holding on long-term yield bonds, and that's why they're kind of in trouble. Their unrealized losses are in the hundreds of billions right now. And I just showed this the other day. So a lot of people are starting to pay attention to the bond market and how it's not looking healthy at all. But it's a bullish signal for Bitcoin. It's a very, very bullish signal for Bitcoin, right? On top of everything else that I've been saying, that's very bullish for Bitcoin. This is one of those things we have to pay attention to, right? As money flocks out of bonds, where do they go? They have to go into safe havens, right? Things that hedge against inflation. Assets that can't be artificially printed, okay? Like the US dollar. You need hard assets that will out-appreciate inflation and can't be inflated because there's just trillions more hitting the market, right? And that's Bitcoin. There's nothing else out there. There's nothing else out there. That's why you have a lot of mid-size, large size, anyways, it doesn't matter. Small size, shrimp size, they're all accumulating Bitcoin right now. While it's holding between 1 to 10,000 Bitcoins, right? So close to all-time high. Versus all-time high of November 2021 when Bitcoin is 69,000. We're so close to getting right back there. So just imagine that. How many people are turning to Bitcoin right now because of all the shenanigans that's going on around the world? And plus the best part is we haven't reached the next halving event. We're still early. We're still not above 69,000. We're still low. This is the time to be pouncing and taking advantage of the low prices that we are given. It's a gift. It's a gift to humanity, basically. Okay? Just look at this. The buy, hodl, and sell dots, right? Where are we? We're not even in the hodl yet. We're still buy, buy, right? So there's so much going on, so many good things that'll be coming in 2024 and 2025. I said this morning, of course, if the war leads to some kind of major disaster, World War III, or something else that's equally as bad, yeah, everything's going to tank. But if not, people will continue to buy and hold Bitcoin because there's no better opportunity to stock up really than now. Why would you be fearful right now? Right before 2024, right before the quadfecta year, right? And every single metric you can measure Bitcoin with is really at all-time high or very close to it. The fundamentals of Bitcoin has never been better. And here's something else that looks at, hey, what may happen after the halving event or leading up to the halving event. Are we going to hit 48,000? A lot of predictions about where we will be by the halving event. And an important, crucial Fibonacci level says we should be around 48,000. Okay? Will we be higher? Will we be lower? We don't know. But we are certainly trending upwards. And afterward, just like all previous halving events, we will go upwards. It's really that simple, right? And, even though Bitcoin, right, we're like, if you compare Bitcoin to silver and gold, at one point in time, Bitcoin did briefly surpass silver's market cap, but we're a little bit below. But just to think about, Bitcoin overall is a digital currency, right? To equal the market cap of just silver alone is pretty damn good. And we're not too far off from there, right? As we climb higher, we'll surpass silver. But the ultimate goal is to surpass gold. That is around $700,000 per Bitcoin. to reach the market cap of gold. So again, think about how early we are. We're so early. We're not even close to the market cap of gold. And even then, that's still just the beginning. If you look at how much money there is around the world, we're talking about hundreds of trillions. Hundreds of trillions. Right now, we're not even at $1 billion for Bitcoin, right? So think about how early we still are, not just from a price perspective, but from a utility perspective, adoption perspective, right? The number of dApps that will be coming out providing really useful services or storage or compute or gaming, right? Things that we can't even think about. It's not even here yet, but it will be in the future. So, so I wanted to start off with that. I know it's a little scary right now, but if you look at the economic environment of the U.S., I hate to make comparisons, but it's pretty darn scary too. It's a house of cards waiting to fall, and the only way to really opt out is to hold and buy Bitcoin. That's really it. All right, now what else is there? What else is going on today? Any other news? Ripple loses its CFO. That's not good at all. Resigned after memorable times. I don't even know who Ripple's CFO is. Christina Campbell left for a similar role at Maven Clinic, a virtual healthcare provider. Maybe she had enough of battling, Gary Gensler or whatever. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but normally speaking, when a C-title person leaves unexpectedly, it's not good. Not good. Although, if you look at Tesla, they lost like 2 CFOs already within the last 10 years. So, I don't know. All hell could be bullish. All hell could bullishly break loose for XRP as pro-Ripple attorney sees 18% chance of SEC settlement. So that means if they don't settle, they're just going to lose outright. And yes, it would be very, very bullish for XRP if that was to happen. And it's looking more and more like it will, because the judge keeps siding with Ripple and keeps denying the SEC from appealing its decisions, right? So the SEC just keeps losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. So they're probably going to lose this overall lawsuit against Ripple too. So that will be fantastic. And XRP supply continue to be accumulated by sharks and whales, right? Even though the transaction's going down a little bit, it does not matter. The sharks and whales continue to load up on XRP because they anticipate good things will happen because of the lawsuit and because of everything else that's going on too, right? So, I guess strap on. And then lastly, I saw this for Solana. Supposedly there's one game that's so good, it has more daily transactions than all of Polygon combined. Sage Labs, a web game from the team behind Star Atlas, made up of 15% Solana's activity on Sunday. Here's the thing though, what happened to Star Atlas? Did they even finish Star Atlas? Why did they even come out with another game? And here's the thing, they may be tricking the stats because every single interaction requires a user to sign with their wallet, triggering a small gas fee. I don't know if that sounds like a good game to play if every single thing you do, you have to sign your wallet. Then again, I have not played a game yet, so I can't say. Maybe it's not as obtrusive as it sounds. But that's pretty amazing, though, that one game can have more transactions than all of Polygon combined, right, on day one. That's pretty good. And also, speaking of Solana, there are a lot of inflows. A lot of inflows year to date, also monthly and weekly. Way more than even Ethereum right now or any of the other ones. It's right below Bitcoin. So there are a lot of people coming back to Solana. Even though, a lot of A lot of history behind, or not behind, but with SBF and FTX, people moving past that. Also, what about the network outages? Haven't heard about one recently. So that's good. That's good overall. All right. Lastly, I think that's it. Lastly, I just want to say, hey, Lucas, aka Blockchain Boy, he put out his very first video on CRU Plus. It's about time. We've been waiting. A lot of you guys have been enjoying Joshua Jake's videos. Blockchain Boys is here. Even though his first one is Bitcoin, he let's just say he's a character. He doesn't believe in Bitcoin as much as I do. But this is a whole series about going down CMC and looking at all the top crypto that he likes, and he's gonna rate them basically in his own way, right? So make sure you check it out on CRU Plus, and hopefully we get Crypto Jeb's video soon, maybe next week, right? You know, it's gonna be jam-packed on CRU Plus. CRU Plus, CryptosRus Plus is gonna be an ultimate destination of entertainment, knowledge. You know, this is going to be a fantastic page. So make sure you check it out. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. Troy says, CryptosRus Plus is 10 times better than the next crypto gem. I hate to say it, but I agree with you. I do. I'm sorry. You know, next crypto gem, kind of like the first forte into, you know, mainstream TV, although there were some hiccups along the way, right? But the episodes are entertaining, and there's still more to come. But I gotta say, so far CRU Plus is killing it. So. And it's going to get better. It's going to get way better. Wait until the influencer fight league. You know, wait until that starts happening, man. It's going to be so good. So good. All right. What did I miss? I'm still getting my steps in, guys. I got I got 13,000 steps today, according to my watch. I actually wanted to walk more today, but I couldn't. But yeah, I'm getting my walks in. Crypto jamming, appreciate that. I do. Appreciate your support, man. Can you give us your opinion on ETH? ETH is still the big daddy. Okay, even though there's some FUD about staking recently, but they're still a big daddy. They're not going to go away anytime soon. That's for sure. The mad scientist, I just overdosed on hopium. I'm glad you did. War is unfortunately really good for crypto. We will see if that is the case. Jenny, appreciate your support. I seen your video. Good for you, man. Keep it up. I'm doing the same. Lost 26 pounds. Yeah. A lot of people in my video, very encouraging, said I should do intermittent fasting, which I have been. I've been doing intermittent fasting for a long time. But I feel like by itself, it's not enough. You got to exercise with that, right? And I have been working out. I've been lifting weights, playing, shooting around, you know, basketball a lot. It's been okay, but my weight kind of stayed put, so to speak, right? and I've been watching what I've been eating, but I've been just integrating more walking. Like normally I don't walk a lot because I'm just sitting and streaming and stuff. But after I incorporate a ton of walking, now I'm starting to see a benefit, right? I know it's just a matter of calories in, calories out, but there's something about walking I think people don't realize. I think it's like a slow burn for fat, right? It's like a slow cooker, you know, and it's working right now. So I'm gonna keep doing it, and combine it with everything else I'm doing. So it seems, here's the other thing too. My knee seems to be getting better. The last time I went to the gym to shoot around, I actually thought, wow, my legs feel pretty good. I think it's due to all the walking, to be honest. I think it is due to all the walking. So that's actually kind of amazing too. People can't stand my gulping, so I have to mute the mic every time I gulp. I don't know. I guess it just really bothers some people. Nate, I did go carnivore. I can't do it. I did it for 1 month and I hated it. I hated it. Can send you USDT by taking super chats. Raul, I don't. Yeah, YouTube doesn't allow USDT. Sorry, but it's okay. Just ask your question. What happened to interest rates for saving accounts? Why are banks not paying good interest anymore? Because they don't want your money. The banks are actually, a lot of banks, before they wanted your money because of fractional banking so that they could put out loans. Right now, they don't want to put out loans. They're afraid of putting out loans. They're afraid that the loans they put out will default. So because of that, I think that's why they don't want your money. And they're some are flush with money. But the problem is a lot of banks seems to be like in trouble because they put all that money that they're flush with into bonds. And now they can't. And now they can't take it out because they're all in a loss right now. Are you carrying excessive water in my body? Yeah, I have this salt retention thing. Like if I have salty foods, I retain water like crazy. I've always been like that. So if I eat Chinese food, I'll gain like 2 pounds, 3 pounds immediately for days, right? So I do have that problem. I just tried walking backwards. The knee over toes guy said to do exercise like running backwards to help your knees. But I just find it really silly. And I can't get myself motivated to do it. What's your take on Bitcoin's next move? Well, just take a look at this, okay? We're still in the buy zone. We're nowhere close to the sell zone, right? So you buy, you hold, and then you sell. It's really that simple. Right now, it's still accumulation stage. Northern Beat, I'm 5'10". Do you think Solana could get to 600 in next bull run? That's pretty ambitious. That's like a 30x. It depends how crazy this next bull run is. If Bitcoin could hit like 250, 300,000, then Solana can hit 600. But if Bitcoin, stalls around like 150, 175, then I would say realistic target for Solana is probably like between 200 to 300. But it really depends on how nutty it gets, how much money gets put into the market due to FOMO. Because, yeah, if Bitcoin could hit 250, that'll give it over 5 trillion market cap. That's a lot of money. Just to have a few trillion come out of Bitcoin into the alts, that's enormous. Yeah. Oil prices will probably keep on going. Go up and up and up. That's definitely not going to be good for inflation. Not good for prices of goods. Not good for shipping. Not good for anything. So yeah, that's not going to be good. That's not going to be good. And our bond market really sucks. But you know who is making a whole lot of money on this war? Congress and Congress people. That's been loading up on defense company stock and oil companies and energy companies and cybersecurity companies and whatever else companies. They're banking on this. XRP will do just fine. Now that they settled that they're not a security, they're going to do just fine. They're going to do better than just fine. Maybe they can surpass their previous high of 2018, which was like close to $4, $3.88 or something like that. They need to implement the rule where Congress people cannot hold stocks. And that'll be good for crypto. You know why? Because then they all resort to buying crypto. But they need to stop that immediately. That never made any sense that they could profit off of that. Look at like Pelosi, you know, who makes like, I don't know, her position pays her like $150,000 a year, or before it did. And then she somehow went into office and has a net worth of like $200 million. Like, that doesn't add up, right? You can't save up to that much. It's because her stock trades have been absolutely on point for every single buy. And why is that? Is it because she was that good, or maybe she had some insider knowledge? When is the next full moon? Let's see. When is the next full moon? We just had the autumn equinox. The past two full moons have been good. Getting pretty close to winter solstice. It's getting so darn cold outside. It really sucks. Look at this winter solstice. December of 2022. That was our bottom when we were around 15, 16,000. Right? So if this is our bottom, I think we're gonna be higher by the time we hit here. I think we'll be about here. I think we will get back to 30s and then possibly be like 30 to 40 by the end of this year. That's where I think we will be. Oh, I can't. You guys can't see my arrow? Yes, you can. Get a stationary bike so you can get your cardio in. It's all right. I do have one, and it's so boring. But I still have one. I'll move it in my basketball court. Once I move in my new house, I'll have no problems with exercise. I'll have my basketball court, and I'll just be chilling in there all day. And I have a million steps in my house. I could get into steps. I mean, stairs, I should say. Literally going from the basketball court to the second floor. I forgot how many stairs it was. It's like 50 stairs or something. It's crazy. I'm out of breath when I do that. So I'll be able to get plenty of exercise in my new house. New England Patriots. Do you collect luxury watches for fun? Yes, I do. I don't have that many. I don't like to overpay for watches, so I just have a couple Rolexes. I don't know, plural. Couple Rolex watches. I would buy more, but again, I don't like to overpay. Why no one buy up last 40 billion of BTC on exchanges? Benny, you gotta be patient. Eventually, it's going to go away. That's when it's too expensive for people to buy Bitcoin. So you don't want it to happen yet. Slowly over time. Did I buy watches at top of market? No, I didn't. I bought one recently. I found it at an authorized dealer. It's a beautiful watch. I have it upstairs. Too bad I can't show you guys. It's a beautiful watch. And I bought one during COVID time. So right before like everything shut down and became super expensive. So luckily I didn't buy anything, within the last few years because I would have paid towards the top. And now things have come down a little bit. Would I be willing to debate Peter Schiff? Sure, but I'll lose. Peter is too smart. Okay, he's too smart. He knows, he knows the economy better than most people. I would say better than myself. So he'll probably run circles around me, to be honest. But whatever argument I can make about Bitcoin, I think will be valid, but it doesn't matter because he won't hear it. He won't listen to it. I mean, it's obvious. He will never become a Bitcoin bull because he refuses. Well, it's his thing, right? Being the Bitcoin naysayer. Like, there's no way he'll ever convert. Even though he knows he's wrong, he'll never admit to it. So there's like 0 point in debating him. Although I think he's just a smarter dude. He's a really smart dude. Do you think orange juice is still a good buy? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm glad you increased the rewind potential. I didn't do anything. I don't know. I never did anything, so. Time Traveler, appreciate that. Florida orange juice market affected by the weather. It could be good. I don't know. I never track orange juice prices. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Overall, is the end near? Possibly for bonds. That's why so many people are turning to Bitcoin. So stay strong, my friends. Scary times out there, right? But what's not scary is Bitcoin. So make sure you stick with it. If you guys want to check out a great video, go and head to CryptosRus Plus. Check out our latest video from Blockchain Boy and all the ones from Jake, who has been absolutely killing it. There'll be a lot more. Make sure you check it out. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.